In this video, I take the MSX 100 volt on a quick errand across town. I started heading through downtown San Diego. Not sure what was going on with this car's brake lights in front of me, but it was weird. It was nice to see so many bikers on the streets. Still not a fan of how a lot of bikers break the rules in traffic signals, but anyways.
I like your backpack.
Thanks!
Cool.
This car on the right was telling me that they really liked my backpack. I've gotten a lot of comments from people on my backpack because it has the turban signals and everything. So it's nice to hear that feedback. As I come up on Pacific Highway right here, you'll see the Star of India and the Maritime Museum. And this is where I open it up, and I ride on this street for about 3 or 4 miles, and I get to really take advantage of the speed that the MSX has to offer. I'm going to speed through this part really quick just because the scenery doesn't change that often, but I do have an interesting story to share. So the other day I was riding on this street and I saw a cop pass by me on my left, going at, maybe 10 miles per hour over the speed limit, and I thought, he's a cop. And I was riding on the right side of the road, and there's a part that's coming up where the right 2 lanes head off to the airport, so I had to get over 2 lanes so that I didn't go to the airport. And I signaled with my backpack, and then as soon as I stuck my left hand out to signal, a police SUV flew past me, easily going 20 miles per hour over the speed limit, which is 45, I think, on this road, and I was going at 40. He flew by me in the next lane over and was moving over to the left, but it scared me so much, and I was surprised that they didn't have any sirens, that they were that close to me. It was crazy. The shots that you see of the camera just pointing at the ground, that's when I'm in my full downhill skiing stance. So my chest is pointed down, my head is at the same level as my butt, and I'm in a deep squat to help reduce as much wind drag as I can. I also I can hear the beeps a lot better when I do that, because when I stand up, all the wind that is hitting my chest goes right into my helmet and I can't hear anything. But when I tuck down in that position, my head is in front of my chest a lot more than if I'm standing up, and so there's almost no wind noise when I'm in that position. So it's very easy to hear beeps and hear things around me, even when listening to music. Here was another long stretch where I got to ride at 40 miles per hour for a really long time. It was really fun to be passing some of these cars. I eventually got past later on, but it's just really fun to be able to ride with the flow of traffic, and that's what really pulls me to loving the MSX. And I guess Gotway wheels in general due to their higher speed. It was really funny as I passed this guy on the motorcycle. There was a girl on the back, and they ended up pulling back up next to me later on, and she was like filming me, and they were both staring at me, and I really love it when people are just like blown away that I'm going 40 miles per hour on a single wheeled device, and I'm making it look so easy, because it really is easy. All you have to do is stand on it and lean forward, and it's not a difficult thing to do. So the battery percentage being reported at the bottom is my best estimate of where it would be at resting position. Obviously, when I'm riding at 40 miles per hour, my battery percent reads significantly lower than what it actually is by maybe 50 or 60%. So if I had 100% charge and I just floor it at 40, my battery at 40 miles per hour, my battery is probably going to report 50 or 40%, even though it's actually at 100% battery. So this bridge I would not ride on with any other wheel unless it was a 100 volt Gotway wheel, just because there's no shoulder on one side. On the other side of the fence there is a bike lane, but with all this COVID stuff going on, all the bike lanes are closed, so there's no way to access this. I don't understand why they don't keep the bike lanes open, because that's how bikes get across town. They use these bike lanes that are separated from the road to get places. But for whatever reason, they shut them down, probably because so many people were using them. I'm really glad that they repaved this road, because this road was so bad. It had so many potholes. And it was actually really fun going on this huge turnaround following this bus. Because I have passed this bus before, and then he just passed me, and then on this turn, he was actually going pretty slow, but I didn't want to pass him on the left or whatever, so I just went a little bit slower. It was fun to ride my bike. Usually cars on this road are flying at 50, 60 miles per hour because they've just gotten off the freeway or something like that. But because there's barely any cars on the road, it was so nice to be able to just go up a whole lane, do whatever I wanted. This is the main bridge that cuts through Mission Bay here in San Diego. Beautiful, beautiful views from atop the bridge, and every time I cross it, someone's walking or riding their bike. Mission Bay is very, very beautiful, and it's flat, and there's bike paths everywhere. Unfortunately, all of those have been closed due to this virus pandemic. And also, they've recently put up signs that any electrical device is illegal from those bike paths, which is really unfortunate because so many people have e-bikes. Even on this ride, I saw probably 20% of all the bikers out there had e-bikes. E-bikes are so helpful and useful, but they are banned from all of Mission Bay and any high pedestrian traffic areas, which is really unfortunate. And this is all because of those stupid scooters. So I'm on my way back now. I have run one of my errands, so now I'm heading back towards downtown San Diego. And at this point, my battery while riding was reporting around 15-20%, so I tried to keep it at like 30-35 miles per hour. This is another one of those areas where people on the streets are driving at 60 miles per hour, but because there are no cars on the road, I was able to feel very comfortable riding on this street, and it was recently paved, so it was super smooth and just super nice. This street is a huge thoroughfare of traffic, so the city couldn't really repair it that often because it's such a huge thoroughfare. A lot of cars use this road to get out of places like Mission Beach, Belmont Park, all of those coastal beach cities that are very touristy. In the end, I went about 25 miles, and at the end of my ride, I had roughly 10% battery left. I could have gone a little bit farther, but I was done with my errands at that point, and I was beeping a lot over 10 miles per hour, so I didn't want to do a full-blown range test. I will say though, I am very impressed with the Gotway wheels, because even when I had 0% battery while riding and hearing the low voltage beeps, I was still able to ride 35 miles an hour without any issue. Well, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. I tried to do a little bit of voiceover because the video was just a video strapped to my chest the entire time, and it was a long video, so I sped up some portions. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up and a like. Leave any comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and thanks for flying with me.